Somebody is FaceTiming me and I don't know who it is. I'm gonna ignore that. What's up guys, it's Bri. So I am so excited. Ow, my wrist, that hurt. You guys have been requesting this video so much and I'm finally here to do it for you. So today's video is going to be a everyday makeup routine. Hopefully this goes well. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so the first thing I always do is I always put my hair up. I usually would wear a headband. I'm not going to today because I tried to wash my face and my headband kept falling off. So we're just gonna throw my hair in a ponytail. So the first thing I always do is I always get my hair out of my face by throwing it in a ponytail or a headband. Alright, before I get into this, I just want to give you guys a heads up. My everyday makeup routine is not like any other everyday makeup routine. See, I don't go natural. I feel like if I'm going to wear makeup, you may as well make yourself look totally different, or else it's just a waste of makeup. So first things first is I always go with primer. I have so many different primers, but the one I use the most is my Smashbox, the original Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. I just put a little dollop on my hand, and then I take it with my fingers and put it all over my face. I do like this kind of motion and like a patting motion, and then I just like pat it everywhere. As like, Mom! I also like to take this primer and kind of put on my eyelids. If this were a glam makeup routine and this were an everyday makeup routine, I wouldn't be using my face primer as like an eye primer. The only reason I'm doing this is because I don't really do eye makeup for an everyday makeup look. I don't do eyeshadow or eyeliner for everyday makeup. I usually just put a little contour on my eyelids and go about my day. Alright, so this foundation right here is my go-to foundation. I have it in 2 different shades, but one of them is a little bit expired, but I still use it anyway because YOLO. I've been using this literally since 8th grade. It's the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation. The one thing I love about this foundation is that it works as a concealer as well. So if you guys aren't wanting to go for full foundation and concealer for your everyday makeup routine, you can just use this as a concealer and you're good. But see me, I like to bake my face. Now that that is all over my face, I'm going to go ahead and go wet my beauty blender and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back and my beauty blender it's wet. Guys, I am no James Charles. I have no idea how to do makeup, if I'm being honest. Alright, foundation is done. Alright, next is concealer. I use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and just like the foundation, this is my go-to concealer. I've been using this, once again, since 8th grade. And basically I have this in 2 different shades as well. Summer shade, winter shade. You can definitely see the difference with this one. The one thing I love about this is that this, as you can tell, my foundation is definitely a different skin tone than my actual skin. It's definitely more orange. I don't know if you can see that, but this kind of brings it together and makes it match my my skin tone a little better. I like to use this underneath my eyes and kind of at my high points. Like, for example, tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, forehead, and chin, and then right there underneath the nose. And then I just use the same beauty blender and I blend it. Alright, now that my concealer is pretty much blended, it's time to move on to powder. I use my Maybelline New York Fit Me foundation. Not foundation, powder. You get the drift. So basically I just, ooh girl, chill. So basically I just take a regular powder brush. I use this one because it's kind of small and more concentrated, so I can get in the, you know, small crevices, you know? And I just go like this and just put it everywhere on my face. I have a lot of Access foundation right there in the hairline. It's really getting on my nerves. Alright, so now that the powder is all on my face, I forget what I do next, honestly. Actually, I remember now. The next thing that I will usually go for is contour, but now I use the Hoola bronzer by Benefit, and I like to take kind of an angled brush, kind of like this, and just, you know, apply that in the place where you apply contour. What I like to do is I like to kind of apply it, like I like to put in palette or whatever it's called, tap it twice, and then, you know, just apply it like this. And it looks very harsh right now. And then I like to take my beauty blender and take the flat part and just kind of dab it all over the place, and it'll kind of like blend it and make it look more not so harsh. Another thing I like to do is I like to take a kind of like thin brush, and I like to take a little bit of it, once again, do that double patting motion, and I like to contour my nose what I like to do is I like to kind of round it at the tip. Then I like to take it and bring it halfway up the bridge of my nose, like down the side. But then I like to take it and bring it down my cupid's bow, like that. And then I like to draw a circle around my chin. Alright, then the last part of the contour is I just like to put a little bit of this, English, hi. I like to put this on my eyelids, just like around, like in the crease, just because I'm not doing eyeshadow, and this will add a little dimension to make it look not so crazy. Now that the contour is done, it's time to move on to the highlight. This is the highlighter I use. I've had this once again, pretty much like all my other makeup. I've had this since 8th grade. And if you guys were wondering, this highlighter is in the shade Champagne Pop. But basically, there's like not much of this left. I need to get a new one, but it's pretty expensive, so it's probably gonna have to wait a while. But this is my go-to highlighter. And I like to put this at my highlight points, just like I did with the concealer. Bridge of my nose, tip of my nose, right there in the corners of my eyes, on my cheekbones. Very, very pigmented brow. And that's all I do for highlighter. Alright, so next I'm going to be moving into my eyebrows. We're almost done. We just have to do eyebrows, mascara, and lips, and setting spray. So the eyebrow pencil that I use is the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim brow pencil. You take the cap off and you twist it like this. It kind of works like the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Also, I haven't plucked my eyebrows in a hot minute. I'm letting them grow out for a little bit. So just ignore that. Ta-da! And then I do that with the other side as well. Then I go ahead and brush them like normal, make them even with what I just drew. First brow is pretty much done. Gonna fill it in a little more. Then what I like to do is I like to take the brow pencil and kind of like do like upward strokes to kind of make it look like there's extra hairs there to make them look more full. Now obviously I look a little crazy right now with just my eyebrows done, but as soon as I do mascara, it's all gonna come together. You'll see. Alright, now that my eyebrows are all filled in, it's time to take a brow gel, a Confidential Brow Dew, something like that. It's like a powder, it's like by Ardell. It's just an Ardell brow gel. Usually I would use the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel, but that is really expensive, so it's a no-go for me. And now my eyebrows are finito. They're looking a little crazy today. I'm just having a bad eyebrow day, but this is usually how I would do them. So I use two different mascaras. Usually I would use the Lash Paradise mascara. I think it's by L'Oreal Lash Paradise. L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I'm pretty sure it's by L'Oreal. It might be Maybelline, but I'm pretty positive that it's L'Oreal. And usually I would put that on, but I'm actually out of that. So instead I'm going to be using the Total Temptation mascara by Maybelline. And then once I finish that, I use the Lash Sensational mascara by Maybelline. And yeah, so there's that. So the first thing I always do before mascara is I always curl my eyelashes, because my eyelashes like to go down instead of up. I don't know why, but yeah. And then we're gonna go ahead and put on the Total Temptation, and I just draw my mascara. We're gonna put on the Total Temptation mascara, which would usually be L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and we're gonna do that on bottom and top lashes. And just a heads up guys, if you guys are wondering where you can get all of these makeup products, most of them you could honestly get at your local dollar store or like pharmacy or something, because most pharmacies, like for example Walgreens or CVS, they have a makeup aisle and you can get most of this. But for the stuff like the highlighter, the contour, the foundation and concealer, you would probably want to get that at a Ulta or Sephora. That's where I got mine. But overall, all of this you could get at Ulta. Alright, now that the first mascara is on, it's time to move on to the second one. So what I like to do is I like to take a little white eyeliner and put it on my waterline to kind of make my eyes look more awake, because sis is tired 24/7. You can barely tell it's there, but it's the effort that counts. And then just because I'll put some, gosh, my eyes are so watery, oh my gosh. Oh, and by the way, this eyeliner is by a brand called, well, I don't know what it's called actually. It's by a brand called LA Girl Glide Gel Liner. That's what the thing is called. It's literally called, it says LA Girl Glide Gel Liner. So that's what I use. But honestly, any white eyeliner will work. It really doesn't matter. So what I like to do is I like to take a lip liner and a lip gloss and wear that. Lip liner that I use is Wet n Wild's Gel Lip Liner in the shade, well, I guess we'll never know. Oh wait, Bear to Comment. Alright, so there's that. They're overlined so drastically. Kind of crazy, kind of looking like a clown right now. And then I like to take my Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme Lip Gloss. This is a lip plumper, I think is what it's called. And I just like to, you know, put this on my lips to give it a little more life. And then last but certainly not least, I use setting spray. Honestly, you guys can use any setting spray. I'm not too specific on setting spray. But anyway, this is my Morphe X Jeffree Star setting spray. And then I take a fan and dry it or whatever, you know, fan it off. And that is my everyday makeup routine. But anyway, that is all for the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope this was what you guys were wanting me to do. This is my everyday makeup routine. This is what I would do on a daily basis. And if I was rushing, then I just put on mascara and be out the door. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you should definitely give it a big thumbs up. And while you're hitting the like button, you should definitely hit the subscribe button down below along the notification bell so you get a notification every time I post a video. Also guys, it would mean the world to me if you guys would go follow my social media. I have an Instagram and TikTok. They are on the screen. I also have a ton of other social media that will be in the description box down below. You should go check me out. But anyway, I love you guys so much and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scouts.